Yo, what's up, gang? What's going? What's going on? Okay. Um, should be good. Start that Twitch. All right, we should be good. I think I'm gonna play some tunes today. I don't know, maybe not. I kind of want to play music today. All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome in. Programming today. Let's go ahead and get started for today. We're gonna be back doing some programming. Oh, it's really loud. Sorry, guys. All right, let's go ahead and get into today. So we're back and gonna be doing some live programming. I'm having fun with this, so I'm gonna keep going. Let's keep it rolling. So yesterday we left off on building out the initialization of our backend with Python Fast API. What do you know? We started that up and started initializing some Pydantic models for a basic item here. And you know, it's going so far so good. So what we're gonna do is continue on building out kind of more of this administrative page. That's kind of more of what I need right now for the site is kind of more of like an administrative page to be able to create equipment, create items into the system, view like all of them, you know, in a list with all like data wise, and so on and so on. So let's go ahead and get into this. So, I let's think. Okay. So we have our item class, which is our model here that we left off on. Our main Python. Let's get oriented here. Okay, cool. All right, let's go ahead and kind of get organized. Go into our client here. I think if I refresh this, it should blink out, yeah. Okay, and now we need to do cron main app reload here. CD server and run this. There we go. Cool. Nice. Because we don't have a main route right now. Inventory should be able to get over and over again. Yep. Hey, what's going on, Greedo? What's the best roadmap for learning Python and React? YouTube University. Just and building stuff yourself. There's really no other way to do it. Honestly, just building things yourself is probably the best way to do it, even if you don't know what you're doing. Starting from a blank thing, asking questions, how to do this, how to do this. I honestly don't really learn much from. I learn like kind of some stuff from videos, but I forget a lot of stuff. And so what I mainly remember is doing and then referencing my old projects when because they get pretty large. It's all on my it's all here on the channel. I streamed everything, my boy. So I just bounce around and have fun and try not to try not to just pressure myself. I kind of just keep to having fun is the kind of the key to it, I guess. I don't know. As cringe as that much sound. I really just try to keep to that mindset because I don't know. If I'm not having fun, I'm not going to spend my free time doing it. I've only been programming for 2 years, which really isn't that long. Just after after work, I mean, I put in a lot of time, just consistency, right? Almost daily for like 2 years, for like an hour or two or three after work, and it adds up quite a bit, right? Um, but with that, like, I don't remember everything, like all these intricates for like all like the singular class instances and things like that of fast API. I often forget and have to go back and just quickly look up. But once I look it up, I instantly kind of remember how to implement it again, and it just comes right again, right? So it's kind of like, I don't know, if you like you stop playing basketball for a while, you don't really aren't you're like a good shooter, and you start playing, you shoot again, you're not gonna make it, or it's not gonna be that great of a shot, but you kind of a general flow, like a form that's still there, and then with some, with some, as you get warmed up and some with some, you get back into the flow, and that muscle memory starts to kick back in. I don't know. I really don't. I really think I'm quite novice, noob. I really, I don't know. It's kind of. I don't think time really equates to like a linear correlation to skill either. I think that's quite a fallacy to fall under. So try not to get like caught up in that. That time can be, I mean, more time obviously can be good, but I mean, a lot of my time I spent like reading books and stuff as well, not actually writing code. So if I was writing more code rather than reading the books, maybe I'd be better actually coding, which I feel like I probably could have been. I'm not that great at like, I mean, I can get stuff done that I want and like learn new things, and I know the gist of things and the basics pretty well. Maybe I'm just underselling myself because I don't really have much perspective either, so I don't know. Okay, sorry. Okay, so we have our inventory router here, which is routing us to the various, sub uh, routes according to this prefix. So this post hits when our front end calls it, and we'll send the data as we solidified yesterday. So what I'm gonna do is, let's go ahead and open up our other Bitter Linen project, right? So we started this one a long time ago, and there's a lot of good things that we built in here, like the item number generation scripts, all that stuff I still use to this day for generating these. We're starting to implement new items and get them loaded here as we moved into the new house. But I would like to have like a full on. I started a kind of a fresh project because from what I've learned, to kind of restart because this got a little bit messy, and I think I'm gonna stay away from the Depop stuff as well. Like we might try our own thing, because Depop won't give me API access. They're really annoying, and I tried to talk to them with support, and they sent me some BS thing. Like I don't know. So, and I don't really want to scrape them either and have some weird system that'll break when they finally give API. And so it just seems kind of like a sunk cost to keep going down. We need to just break out and start over and think about a different architecture. Right, because this one was having the architecture of like scraping Depop to correlate items in the database and check for diffs basically between live Depop listings and database items, and then update the diffs accordingly in the database as the items, populate and change on the Depop cell and whatever. And so that's how we had it as before, but it seemed quite fragile. So I don't think it was the best way to go about it. And we didn't own the site, right? We still have to pay Depop fees, which is annoying, but Okay, so this is what we're gonna do here. Um, we have a client side, just happened. Okay, we have a client side source here already with some pages that we built. So I think I'm just gonna throw these right on in here. Okay, so now we have these pages in here that we've already been working on. Oh, this is how we set this up. Yeah, this sucks. Why did I do it this way? I tried to be like super organized and I tried to be like overkill organized. And here, I'll zoom in here. So every like page has a structure of like the actual page, any hooks, components associated with this page, but it just got pretty annoying. I mean, it's definitely a good idea, right? But for a smaller project like us, it's not really, worth it. So maybe we go out. Do we have anything in here? No. So let's just pull out the about page into pages. Let's delete this. Let's see our blog. No. So we'll pull this out into pages and delete the blog file. So we tried to get fancy with it and try to be a real developer, but we're not. We're going back to our old ways. Delete this cheese. Frequently asked questions page. That can go away. Home page. Okay, so this has some assets in it and a component along with the page. So I'll put the component in name image in there. We'll take the page out and throw this in pages. And we have assets here that we'll take out and put in our global assets. Yeah, I made these digital graphics. Okay, so we'll throw these in our assets here, which is here. And now homepage file can go away. News page. Delete. Yeah, we had a lot of high hopes for this project. We wanted to have a pretty cool site here. What the heck just happened? What just happened? Where'd all our pages go? Am I trolling? I'm gonna try that again. What just happened? I pressed something. Source, pages, about page, who's in the pages? There it is. I did command backspace. Oh, there we go. Not command delete, command backspace. Blog page. Sorry guys. Gotta do this again, I guess. I'm not sure what happened there. It's annoying. I apologize. Set assets. Set component of name image and a page. News page. Policies page. Products page. Yeah, here we go. pages. Okay. And then temp, this is just the like, we have our nav bar and our name image in here. I'm gonna keep this temp page as like a temp, as a something. I'll just keep that as like a default thing to reference back. Okay, so that's fine there. So let's go back to our other project. We also need to rip from our old project the nav bar we made. So this should have some assets in here though, right? So source, universal components. I really tried to go crazy with this assets. Okay, so we'll go components, universal components. We'll take those. Our app.jsx has these routes associated. Okay, that's fine. And then we should have, we don't have a global assets folder. It was all nested, I guess, in pages. Okay. All right, I think we can try to figure this out now. What do you use for auth? I typically use the, what did I use for Polywhirl? I used, what did I use for auth in that? I'll have to remember, get back to you on that. I can't remember. When did I shave? Thanks. Looking like Steve Harrington. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I had the scruff going on pretty bad there, y'all. Okay, let's get into this. So, our app.jsx has just a create form on it. That's fine. Let's go to our old project here and get our other app.jsx that we had on here. Oh, I keep doing that. It's this one. Right, which had React Router DOM on it, which we don't have in here. Okay, so we'll need to open up a new terminal, go cd into client, and npm install React Router DOM. Right, is that how you install it? Yeah, I think so. Okay. Okay, so import these files. So we need to fix up these imports. So pages, homepage. Okay, so this would be pages, about page, products page. Kind of got to clean these up. Just doing some refactoring, y'all. Probably not the most entertaining thing I know, but it is what it is. Part of the project. So we should have node modules. React Router DOM. Does this file exist? React Router DOM. Because we're gonna have a lot of other things we have to fix as well, which is fine. But it's having issues with this. Let's restart. Oh yeah, because it doesn't know that we have React DOM. Okay. A lot of errors here. So let's go ahead and go to our other pages and try to fix these. One of our client here. Mike's moved houses at least 10 times. I know I've done a lot of moving lately, guys, so sorry. This is it, though. This is my place. This is my house. I bought this place. I own it. I'm a homeowner. Feeling good. Okay. We have components. We're going to do where's our pages here? So we have name, image, full from dot assets full. So this one is from navbar universal components. This is this file element page. Yeah, this is gonna be annoying. Components navbar. So this will just go into components, footer, components, in the footer, assets. Put these into assets. So now we have universal components hook. Okay, so footer is empty. Assets here. So do depop logo. Rename. Full. Same thing. Okay. So universal components is basically empty now. Yep. Okay, cool. So we need to just resolve navbar from events-page.jsx. So here, universal components. So navbar is going to be in, right, and then import footer. Oh my gosh. Let it autocomplete for us here. So now we're gonna have to basically do this for all these other ones, I guess, too. I like those errors spamming down below are kind of funny. Pew! Okay, what's our next? Okay, we need React icons, that's right. So let's go here, npm install React icons. I think you do dash save, or is it dash save? Dash save. Okay, so now we'll restart this. Okay, so failed to resolve universal components navbar in footer JSX. Logo white. Okay, we need to resolve this. So there's no universal components navbar assets. Okay, making our way. Getting somewhere here at least. Use routes maybe in the context of router. What is this? Uncaught error. Use routes. Let's get a little check on this bad boy here. That error exactly mean. So main. Oh yeah, because we haven't switched this over yet to React Router DOM. Okay, so let's see here. What did this guy, our main JSX here, had app within these strict modes here. I see you. And here, we're back. We're back. We're back. Just like that. We merged these projects together. Okay, cool. At least these front ends. So now we have the ability to like go to all of these. We're not getting any products though, right? I think because it's failing with 404 to build, or it's calling /products, and we don't have that set up yet, right? So if we go to our pages, a products page, we have a product grid here being ran, right? So let's go to our components, product grid. Product grid has a product state, right? And then it's fetching here this, right? Setting products to that state of data, else catching errors right here, okay? So the thing is it's running 404. Each child should have a unique key prop. Products.map is not a function. Failed to load resource. The server responded with the status of 404 on products. Okay. Product map is not a function. Type error. Only 61. Products list here. Okay, let's see here. So we have our sizes here, size filters. We're gonna start building those, I think. We're fetching products from this route here. If we go back to our old project, we had a server. We had data here, which was just like our dummy products with photos. So what we'll do is we'll go server side, create a DB folder. I'm going to take our database here, our dummy data that we have, and throw it in here for right now. Right? And then our server should have a route in main that pulls products right here, yeah. Right. So if we go to main inventory router here, this is in products though. Inventory is probably a better name than I like inventory. Okay, so we'll do inventory router, get create item, / inventory. Or app.get inventory, get inventory. Right, open data file. data file we set as just this path here. And we need to import path from pathlib. Right, so that'll get this path for us. This is going to be /db/database JSON. We're going to do import JSON so we can load the file and then return a list of data values. And then we have, this is going to be our router, right? I'm going to take this. I'm going to make a getters posts. I'll just say gets and posts. Okay. So get inventory / create item. So this is / inventory. So actually this will be our home route. Perfect. And so we'll just have this temporary thing going on right here. So get inventory. So let's go to our product. What we building? We're building our Depop site basically. Okay. Then we have our product grid, which calls this, right? So on load, it calls this use effect right here for products, right? And so we'll fetch this, but I don't think we need to do this anymore, right? We just do our Axios, we import our client from API client, and then we do client dot fetch. We do basically like a client dot fetch. What did we do? In the create item form, we can put our client. This is just a function to create item via client.post to this. And then that gets called in our submission, right? Yeah. So if I were to do this appropriately, let me reference back to my other project. If I go to our, well, actually we have this with Axios this time, so it's really helpful to reference that. So let's go back to our product grid and say, let's take this and ask a question. I am using Axios this time around. So what is the pattern for getter in Axios? Axios use of it. With Axios, you don't call JSON. Axios automatically parses JSON in the body. Yep. In response data, use effect client dot get products, then set products. Yeah, you just be client, and then you call, because it's already connected to the server, client get / products. So, but it's not / products, right? Our backend is actually / inventory. Right? And then you would take the data and call set products on the response, right? Yeah. Let's catch any errors. Product map. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna say products. Okay. Inventory. I'll probably change this over to set products, right? We have products, which should be a list. So why can't I map on products? So we're gonna map with the on products here. Products is not a function. Each child in the list should have a unique key prop. Check the render method of product grid. Export default product grid. We have products here, which defaults to a list. On load, we call get this and call set products here. Check the render method of product grid. So we have a list item key with index here, which is called the size filters. Key here. Key is index with this guy. Let's see, anybody have any ideas what these errors could mean? Let's get some hints here. You're setting an entire Axios response onto data. Client.get returns an Axios response object. Data status headers, then data set product data, then response. Or destructure it. It should be then. Oh, response. And then response dot data. Right. Alright, these things await. There we go. In line 32, product grid. Each child in a list should have a unique key prop. We have an unordered list. It's just not. What is this? What is going to be prompted with this? The key should be on the outermost element. So key is the line item page. This item is key page. So text center for UL. Growth gap, that's fine. Filters map to page. we map on page. We have a list item. We'd have a list item inside of here like this. And then this would be a button. Rather, it's saying. And page 2 uppercase would be inside of the button. And then you'd have the list item to close this. Index is not defined here, which would be page. Each child probably should use key in line 50. So probably a similar thing going on here. So you have page. Make this a button. Get rid of this button. What was inside that? Sorry. Oh, the page was inside the button. Okay, so the page is what's inside the button. Cool. Probably have one more 60. I really screwed this up. The styling I kept repeating over and over again. Okay, we've got, okay, there we go. No errors. Nice. Okay, so this is what our site looked like before. It looks pretty decent, no? I think it looked pretty cute so far. I think it looked pretty good. Definitely need more padding on this left side that I see this. These filters are trash for right now. These filters are pretty bad right now. We have, we do have the sail signals. I want to make these tapes smaller, maybe move their positioning up a little bit higher. On the cards themselves, though, are nice. The shadows look pretty bad. Okay, we got a lot of work to do. Have I tried using Django? No, I never did. I kind of just got into Fast API. Well, I learned Flask, and then it started trying to teach me Jinja syntax templates to make HTML pages using Python. I said, no, I'm not doing this. So I started learning React for that part. I was like, but I didn't want to learn like JavaScript really much, like a lot of JavaScript functionality. So I never really got into like Node.js or like Next.js or anything like that because I didn't want to do backend stuff in JavaScript. I'm not good at JavaScript. Okay. All right, so cool. We've got that. That looks nice. So our home page, looks good. Our about page, we don't have anything there yet. Products page, policies, nothing there. Frequently asked questions, contact, blog, news, events. Got Instagram, which doesn't go anywhere. Facebook doesn't go anywhere. TikTok doesn't go anywhere. Oh, you guys can't see the footer. It's full screen. Right? These don't go anywhere. Contact. That opens up mail. Okay, good. Via the alert. And then just, okay, cool. And then that takes you to our Depop page. Nice, okay. Looks pretty good so far. Let's go ahead and get into it. I'm on my capstone for CS50 web. Oh, nice. How's web doing? I should probably do that one in my spare time. Inflation going crazy. What's going on, Tim? You watching the news? What's going on, Joa? Yeah, I'm doing this for fun. I have a 9-to-5 job as a biologist or lab personnel guy, I guess now. I'm not a wet lab on the bench anymore. And I just do this for fun after work. Okay, cool. We got that wired up nicely. So we're ready to build a page for admin. Let's go ahead and do that. So, and then we can add in our other page, right? So let's go to our temporary page. Let's go ahead and copy this. Not path, copy the actual page. Go into our pages and paste that in. Let's rename this as admin page. All right? That's why I built this. I didn't want to have to rewrite it from scratch. I wrote this. Okay, and then we need to get the appropriate nav bar and footer though from the other pages. So let's grab this guy here and bring it in. Okay, so our admin page, and then we can add this into our app. Admin page from quote dot slash pages slash admin page, and then admin page JSON admin page. Okay, so now if we go to slash admin, we should get to a blank page, but no errors. Nice. Oh, no routes match to admin. Oh, I need to add an admin node. And add it to the to here. And our name image is not defined at admin page. Oh. Okay. So if we go slash admin, this is what we get here. Right, this is just the, and so if I were to actually not import name image, but let's import our create item form. So our create item form can go here instead, and there it is on our admin page. Let's go ahead and build this. Let's see what we can do, right? Let's zoom in here. Okay, so we're gonna open up a little Divi. Let's have an H1 that'll say admin page. Our main is flex, grow, flex. I guess we have a div here that'll be flex flex there we go. Okay, so we have our admin page, our header in here. I guess what we'll do is we'll also put like a date in here, like a span, and then we'll do a JavaScript of a date. And we're gonna do, I did this in my previous one, right? In the actual create item form, we made a date. From this string. So we just need to do like a today string, which is here, to local string, California here. Where was I? Admin page. There we go. So the date, and we'll do to ISO string. Is there a timestamp? Local time string. Oh, I want to say, this is fun, to UTC string, to time string, to string, to local time string, to local string, local date string. No, do local date string. I want to do local string. There we go. The full thing. Alrighty. We will, let's go ahead and do class name border. Okay, so I can see where that goes. I'm going to do here. I don't think, if I bordered this is going to be just around there, but yeah, so okay, so we can do text center. I'll bring here, we'll do bold, we'll do text large, or we'll do text 3XL. Right, that's fine. We'll do uppercase. And we'll just make this admin. And then I guess how should I do it? I'm not trying to get good at TypeScript. It's the most popular language on GitHub. I've been trying to this year on CS50 Web, but I've been on and off. But we're back grinding. Nice, dude. Your shirt on your website is 2,000. I need to fix that. Tim, get more of these T-shirts, man. Inflation. That's funny. Okay, so maybe I'll make it not text center. Just keep it like this. Bold. And not uppercase, but we'll do title case. But I don't have it. It's fine. Admin. With the date, it's fine. Create inventory. Okay, so then we have create inventory here on the admin page and save. So this is create, okay, cool. And the create form with that's below the div. has that in there. We have create form. The next thing that we're going to have below this is admin. So we'll say it's going to be like our inventory view, right? So we're going to basically need to create a chart. Hey, thanks, Dinka. Appreciate you. You guys are funny. Honestly, I kind of want to like use a chart that we previously used, like in Polywhirl and stuff. Those ones look good. Let me go to my repos here. Repos. Polywhirl, where are you? Let's go to client, public, no, source, components. Source, no. It's not there. It's gonna be in. Yeah, it's not a component. It's gonna be in leaderboard. So let me just open up this in VS Code. Okay, so in leaderboard page, we have our desktop table, mobile view, load more. Desktop table, filters here. Okay, we can probably take these filters too. It's the header section. Okay, cool. So let's make a component here. This is going to be called it's going to be inventory matrix .jsx, and let's paste in this here. But we'll do first export default in inventory matrix, and we'll do, how do you do this? You do it like this, like that, like that. No. How do you do the arrow function stuff? Oh well. Okay, I'll paste in this. Oop. That's wrapped in a dip there, and dip there. Okay. So we have inventory matrix. Let me go ahead and so we have sort options here, which are pre-established sorting options that we need to carry over outside the function. We need to edit those. We have an effect for table sort by what is already happening, initial fetch of data. We have a load more, so initial fetch. this goes all inside of the function here. Right, so we have a use effect, right, which will call local storage set table sort by, and the fetch data here. So we look up table sort by. This is just the set item. Yeah, which is here. Which is inside of the function as variables. Okay. So we have set sort by, which goes to here, or we'll set it to date acquired. So go to the, we'll get local storage for this. Okay. Use state for offset. I don't think we need this. So loading is true. Loading more. So fetch data. So use effect will set item table storage by whatever the sort by value is, defaulted to date acquired, and then we'll call fetch initial, given the sort by here passed in. So fetch initial, so fetch data. So we already should have a function. We can put an API here in our client, and we can say API, we can make a file here called functions.jsx or JS. We'll call it funcs.js. And then we can put from our product grid, we have this client get inventory function here, which calls set products, which calls get inventory. So we'll take this out. So we'll go import. Take this, oh, hold on. Before we take it out, let's just go to funcs, put this in. We'll say this is get inventory. How do you do these? It's like this. I don't think, is it like that? Shoot, where was I? Func.js inventory. It's just not the right way to do this. Okay, so it's equals to async, and it goes to that, and then it's const. Right. So we would do try from import client from this. get slash Tory, right? Then response data. So then you would set products. We don't have set products. And then return. So we would just try this, except we would catch error. Right. And then console dot error. Like this. Let me say, print the error here. Okay, so this would get inventory. But you would probably, what, return client.get inventory. So then we have get inventory in here. So we have our inventory matrix. Sorry, our product grid. Instead of importing client, we're going to import get inventory from actually, let's go back here. We have from .API funcs. Export default. So now we can export this function into here, I think, right? Okay, so our product grid will get inventory function. We will call response equals to get inventory. Right, and then do this. So I go back to products. It's broken. Get inventory not defined. It does not work. There are a few issues with that code. Export default inventory. Okay, so import client, you have const here. You do export default. Get inventory here. Cool. But you console log error and you throw error. Whatever the heck that does. Throw error. You have const. What you would get though is const object dereferenced to data or something like that, right? Client dot this, and then you return data, right? Because you have a response, you dereference data out of it, and then return data. Response is not defined. So if I go to product grid, response, get inventory, error fetching products cannot read property of undefined reading data. So then if I were to use this to call it, Yeah, because we don't need to dereference data anymore. We're already having data here. Cannot read property of undefined map at product grid. Line 72. Oh, probably because I changed that variable name. Products. No. Set products to data. Yeah, and catch error. Cannot read property undefined reading on map. Because it's empty, so if it has a problem setting error here. Yeah, let's see what's going on here. Let's get a little assistance. Question. Get inventory actually returns. This returns data. We don't need all this cheese. Cannot read property of undefined reading map. I have no idea what that means. Well, I know what it means. It's empty list. Is that products.map index again? Maybe did I miss that part? 72. Oh yeah. No. So let's add like a safety clause here. The products is empty, that's why it's not getting it. Getting data. What's being sent over the network? What's being sent over the network? Inventory. There's data here. Shouldn't matter. It's still empty. Where's our functions that I forgot? So we return data here. To response. How do I clear like the network? It's returning back a response. right? Cannot read properties of undefined reading map. Turn back data. So right, it's empty. So it's data. We have inventory matrix. Martin Wallstrom? Who's that? You have to link me, AJ. Top left second button next to the red button. To clear? Oh. So it fetches inventory. So we get a JSON object back of inventory @/products. So in the products page, we call product grid. Product grid is calling get inventory. Inventory is not defined at product grid. Can I access res before initialization? I think we're taking the values and immediately wrapping them into these then statements, then log data. Undefined. So data is undefined here and get inventory. So why would get inventory on this use effect be undefined if we're returning data from this function? Right now, your client is issuing a return punch. You forgot. Oh wait. Oh, that's right. So we need to go to our server. Where else? I mean, we're not really doing anything, pinging the database with an await, but async def here. There we go. And there's inventory. Beautiful. Okay. So then we have. Okay, well now we've got functions that we're effectively, taking client and using appropriately, right? To do various functions like get inventory for our purposes. And then we can reuse these over and over again. So get inventory now, we can take from our product grid to our admin page but actually we're going to go to our component of our inventory matrix here. We're going to import get inventory, right? We're going to call get inventory here in this use effect for setting local storage via this. Probably use the same thing that we're doing on the products page eventually. So we have set sort, okay, use effect here, get inventory. We're gonna call that function. So we go here to slash admin. This is what we get. So fetch data set loading. We don't have an offset on here anymore. Has leaders, has more. Okay, leaderboard. So this would be fetch data. We already have our function set up for get inventory, so we don't need this. So we're going to say set loading to true here. Get inventory. Set loading. I guess we'll do dot then given data from get inventory. Right, we don't want to close this. Given data that was returned from get inventory, right, which should be our inventory. And we would catch the same way we would do in product grid. So I guess we could, I mean, we might want to make a function of this itself, right? Of get inventory in it's like a use effect hook. Like get inventory, use effect, get inventory or something. I don't know. Like, is that overkill? Is that a thing that people do? So if we take this with the same error that we're catching, I guess, and go to our inventory matrix and paste this over the use effect here. All right. So sort options map. And these are our filters that we're gonna, okay, cool, that's fine. We can leave those. So these are all our different headings that we're gonna make. And so we can probably write these out to component and download the keys from the data package that was sent over, or just use the keys, right? So we have our, if we go ahead and throw this inventory matrix on the page, so let's go to our admin page, import the inventory matrix, from quote dot dot slash components slash inventory matrix. That should be working. Right, okay. And then go back here, and below this thing, I guess above it, let's just, I guess at the top here, let's just do a inventory matrix here. Okay, there's our errors. So use state for inventory matrix is not defined. At line 12, so we need to import use state. Put those at the top, the default imports from React. We need a use effect as well. Use navigate from React Router DOM. Our leaders is not defined. Okay, where is that at? Okay, cool. So this would be, Oh, we don't have, so we need to set a state. Well, I don't have use state here. Okay, so we need a const inventory is equal to set inventory. And this is probably where you would reuse these state hooks, right? And you wouldn't need to duplicate them across pages. I'm just not that good of a React developer to do all that trees. So we're going to create an arrow function here. And actually the default state of inventory is just a default list. Right. And so our set inventory setter will set the inventory variable. And so in our user effect, we call set products, which isn't the best name because we obviously are doing get inventory. So set inventory, right, to data, catch those errors. So then instead of liters, this is going to be inventory.map. And then we don't have these. Comment them out. Those are components from our other project. So the thing is, we're not going to have a bunch of these. It's going to be kind of hard to format because we're not going to have a bunch of these attributes, right? So we could just do really quickly. Let's just do description. We do size. Category. Type. And then we'll say cost. Okay, right? And so we can inventory map for every inventory item. Right, we're going to liter inventory dot description. And on click navigate, we don't have this established yet. So this is the value that's actually inside, which will be inventory dot description. Right. Oh no, so this is actually the rank that we're using from I. This is the description here. Right? We would do a span of boom, inventory descript here. That'd be fine. No streak badge. This is going to be size, let's say. Inventory dot size. And we're not going to have any color ternary operators here to body shame these people for size things. What the heck? Get that out of here. What do you think you're doing? Oh. Why did I inline this? Oh, it's just an inline conditional. I didn't want to do that. No, so we're going to get rid of this altogether. We need whatever it is here. Quotes. This is going to be inventory.size value. What was next? Category. So the category, this is pretty simple. We don't have the format function here, so we can get rid of this. This is just going to be inventory dot category. profit factor. Get rid of this. This is going to be type. Inventory.type. This is going to be cost. Inventory.cost. I guess we don't have the acquire date on here. We don't have a sort by that either. Shoot. I'll do acquire date here. I'll do acquire date. And then I'll put we'll do okay, so if we refresh this, leaders is not defined. Okay, you're still having this happen for mobile view now. Oh, shoot. Okay, so I'm gonna take this. This is what AI is good for. I refactored this for the desktop view and inventory items, not leaders. And you do the same for my mobile view, but don't mess with any styling. Okay, there we go. Boom. That's what this thing's good for. Here we go. Okay, so the mobile view basically is the same exact thing that we just did that we need to change over, but we'll just go ahead and use this already existing AI to help us out. Here we go. Oop. There we go. This is what we get. Okay. So, not too bad. We need to obviously change the, these are going to be, this is going to be description. No, you don't want to sort by description. You don't want to sort by size. You'd want to sort by date acquired. Right? You want to sort by maybe cost. We don't have that one built in yet, so what else do you have in here? You have cost, you have brand, but you don't have the ability to sort by brand. So you did it alphabetically. Yeah, whatever. So it would be like, or by category. And then it'd be like type. Okay, so let's see, where are we not displaying data and why? Each child should have a unique key. Check their random method inventory matrix. We're doing that again. On 80. So we have this with key as description. So let's see here for this error. Does the key need to go on the TD tag? No, the key should not go on the TD tag. We have to keep belongs on the top level element returned by map. So the key stays on the table row. reason React is tracking. Okay, so it would be. Oh, it needs to be a unique key prop. Option of value. Okay, now we're not getting any errors. It's not writing any data. Title is null. Oh, it's title? I said title? That's what I made the model? Oh, description. This is fetching data via localhost. Get inventory. Right, which is pulling from here. Our inventory router. So we have /inventory loads in this database. Oh, I see. We don't have the data that we're looking for in here, right? Okay, I got you. So in our database, we're actually not pulling the appropriate data. It has all this cheese, right? Which matches like all the Depop structure, right? Which is title. Okay. That makes sense. So that's why we're not getting it. So if I were to create some dummy data here, let me duplicate this. Let me go here to this, delete this. Go to let's just have it saved here to JSON real quick. We can have the form save. That'll be easy. and then we can swap it out with the database. Pretty simple from there. So let's actually go to our inventory router, create item. We'll with file open this and append to it actually the data. So with open, let's take this path and move it outside. Data file in append mode. Is it with open quote A? With open quote A, is that append or is it W plus? Yeah, with open append. What if you're appending JSON? Do you load append data? And then you dump. Okay. With open JSON load data, you have data here. You then do, oh no, you would have current dot append, right? The new data point, and then you would just do you get the current data. The current data append, and then save the file with write. I guess you have to with open again. So this would be in read mode. You read the data and load. Take the data here. You would have open cur.append from here. Cur would close with the scope of this constructor context manager. So we need to have the data be initialized no matter what. I think it might work. So with open, the data file is file in append mode. Well, I guess you don't need to if you have the data already open. You could just write. Can you just go append and just append json.dump? No, you can't, because you can't append a single thing to a JSON. You have to load and then dump the whole thing, which is kind of annoying, right? Actually, so I think we can do it like this, actually. With open in append mode, file.write, f.write, we can write, what do we want to write on here is the value of JSON dumps, what, the data for the, we're trying to do, right, into the file currently, and then, but we want to do it in a, what, want to then add like a new line. with that. Test. So if I go to database JSON, remove this. Hats being 25. Test. Note. Save. Localhost been blocked by course policy, no access. Oh shoot, we need to add in this route to our course policy. Inventory create item. I'm also learning React. Hey, how's it going, Parvez? How's it going? Welcome in, everybody. Okay, so we have blocked by course policy. Admin. Create item form. Line 37. Console error here. Network error. Internal server error. So is that how you do that then? Internal expected values. Raise expected value string error from none. So get inventory loads data from JSON. Let me print data, see what happens. So we open data file in read mode. we load the file into data. We list the data. We list the data to make a list of so my create item should open data into inventory, append, and then dump the data. Okay, so we'll just temporarily use this one then. Right, we'll just use this one then, which opens, appends, and then dumps. Expected a value of 1. JSON decoding error. This is tricky. Try to read it, but the file is either empty, invalid, it's not there. Okay, so, oh, it's a JSON, so JSONs need to start with empty list. There we go. Okay. Okay, so I think we're okay now. Okay, so now if we add in an item to test it out, okay. So a date was not serializable. Okay, got you. So we can't send, okay. Interesting. So it dumps the data out. On what piece of code did it stop on? Line 180, 430, 29, JSON dump inventory here. It could not dump the inventory. Because I think it's the date. The date time that's happening on the dump is creating a date time instance. So if we do model.dump, I think there's a JSON here, and that probably will do it. So if we go here, come back and finish this list, try to get save. Got this guy here, which definitely is not what we wanted. Model.jump. I'm gonna go mode about JSON. We don't want to dump like the whole thing as a JSON. Do that instead. All this is kind of temporary, I guess, but okay, that works. Test 25. Test node. Argument mode module is not an instance of stir. Create item, internal error server side. Server's still running. Just serializer. Argument of stir for this type error. Oh. There it is, nice. So if I add in a test node 2, dresses, romper, it's extra large, 45. So, let's go. Okay, cool. So we have that being displayed. Now, I believe, there you go, refresh. Now we have items popping up here. Let's go. Date underscore acquired is not populating here. So let's go inventory matrix. Date acquired is here, date. It's reversed. There we go. Nice, look at that. Okay, cool. So let's go back to our admin page. Let's take our inventory matrix and drop it below our create item form. There it is. And then what we can do is we have this. So let me go ahead. I'll just do pad. Wait, how do you do it? How do you do it? Pad. I forgot I have padding. Is it PX? Yeah. Padding in the X direction. Is it padding 2? Yeah, all around. Okay, so padding in the X, the Y direction of 6, just to give some space. Nice. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to create a div. This is going to be a button to create inventory item or view inventory, and it will show or hide the things. So we'll have, honestly, kind of like a switch like we have here. Okay. That looks fine for right now, though. It's not going to live as a string in my database. Postgres is going to keep it as a date time stamp. That's how Postgres is going to do it, so I didn't want to force it to a string and then have to do it back later when the JSON is the temporary part. Okay, cool. So now we have, obviously the filtering isn't working for the matrix, right? For these sorting options. So then if you were to do the filter, set sort by for the option value on click, set sort by goes to here, but it doesn't actually update anything. So what is the update happening in that sorting that goes on in the other, in Polywhirl? So set sort by, and you fetch, oh, so get inventory. Okay, so what you would do is you have inside the use effect, right? You would get the local storage value, or you'd set it via the set sort by to initiate it, right? So it'd be local storage dot set sort by, right? Oh no, sorry, it'd be set item, right? And then you would do table, right, whatever, sort by, and then it would be for the sort by option use state, right, which defaults to date acquired. So that happens in the use effect. So that means that our get inventory has to take in a sort by, right? And we would need to pass the sort criteria to our function, right? So function has here a sort by, right? And so sort by, now would they go like this? No, I don't think so. Sort by, and we would get client inventory like this. And then how would you call the sort though? So it would just be parameters in the URL for the API. So you'd get inventory, and then you would say, okay, what is the parameters for this route? Well, it's going to be sort by is going to be equal to whatever the, and then this is going to be what? We have to do that stupid backtick notation that JavaScript has. So it'd be like backtick and then $ braces. And in here would be the sort by, right? And so we would have to pass this into our function for our backend via here, create item. And create item would take it would take a sort by parameter. this is Python, and Python always does underscores. We're going to keep it consistent that way with that. And so we'll need to make sure that the inventory matrix, or sorry, the function here for setting sort by calls inventory sort by, right? I think that that's how that goes. Right, something like that. So then the actual function though isn't doing any sorting, right? So the actual function isn't doing any sorting, right? Because we're not using the sort by here to create. Well, we don't. Oh no, it's get inventory. Doesn't go into there. It goes into here via the sort by. And right, because this is going to be sort by passed into here for get inventory. Right. So that gets passed to there, which goes to our router, our API route, fast API. Sort by is here, which gets pulled from a parameter and put into here by fast API. Do we have to expect it in this? No. No. Right, and then we'll guess default this to data acquired. So we load data. Data is a list of dictionaries. So we would need to do like a sorted or a data dot sort. I think it's sort, right? So if I type hint this as a list, will it give me that option? Yeah, so we're gonna do key to a lambda function. Oh, how do you do lambda? Sort by. I think that's it. So you do data.sort with key of lambda x for x of sort by. Key of sort by. Right? I think so. Mostly correct, but a couple of things that can break. Sort by may not exist on an item. Model field, data acquired. Okay. How do I know if this is sorting appropriately? Well, I don't think it's updating. Right? So the inventory matrix, when we click the button of the filter on click, we set sort by of this. Set sort by calls this for local storage, but actually doesn't refresh anything. So we need to trigger the refresh that happens, right? Go to my client here. Go to my leaderboard. So we need to how do you basically run the use effect again? Okay, let's ask that question. That's what I'm not sure of. Is how to actually make the filter apply and refresh the DOM feature. Right now your filter buttons don't actually update the sort state. On click, set sort date will be the option value. Change your use effect dependency. So our use effect here, set sort by, get inventory, sort then sets data. Set inventory. Oh. Get inventory via the sort by, then data. Set inventory via the data. Catch, give, oh, because we have to pass the sort by. Oh, there it goes. Look. Aha! Let's go! Woo! Ba ba ba! Applying filters. Nice. Okay, cool. You see that? I'll show you guys. So, right, it's only a few things are different here, the size. So if we go, right, those are the differences. All we had to do was add the sort by into the use effect as the option. So size and data acquire. Hey Ray, welcome back, dude. It's been a minute. How's it going, Ray? Good to hear from you again. Hope you're well. What you been building, Ray? What you been learning? Is this your new project? What project are you going to build? Yeah, this is my new project. Well, it's an older project that we started a long while ago, but I put it on pause because I was transitioning out of my old apartment, and me and my girlfriend put our small business on hold until we got into a place where we felt more comfortable running the business, more motivated to do it. And so it took a long time to transition, but we got into a house I bought, and we have a spare bedroom that we're going to have as a office studio for her for all of the clothes, and we're going to have a little corner of it for photos and all that jazz. So we're really excited to get Birdie Rose Clothes, which is now rebranded into Bitter Linen, for more of like an 80s kind of grunge, vintage kind of name, which I really like. Which, like, the fall of the mall is our slogan. I think it's pretty fun. Right, it kind of sounds like a band from like that you'd find at like a music festival from like the 80s or 90s or something, and mid 2000s, and that's kind of what we were going for this vibe. So this is our logo, Bitter Linen. The fall of the mall is our slogan. We built out this page, some basic features. We made this cool little digital graphic here, which looks really, really nice. And we just are starting to build out the rest of this. We're starting to do an admin page right now, so we can actually add stuff into here and then view the individual items themselves, which is really cool. So super stoked on that. And then you'll be able to actually click on into it and go to the item itself, which will be nice. And yeah, we're building out this page, which is really good. So I'm really I'm happy with where we're going so far. We have the ability to add items, which is cool. So I do need to add in a few more fields, right? There's still a few more fields we need to add for data entry, such as like location. Um, right, location is one for like where we got the item. We want to be able to have like, did we get it from a Goodwill? Did we get it from what thrift store did we get it from? So we can, you know, find out where we're getting most of our good items that are selling, so we can keep going to those locations. We want to do yeah, a bunch of stuff, I guess. Anyways, I think I might call it here for tonight, though. This was a really quite the project here. I think I need to ask though. So I have a previous private repo that I want to override with this one from my local storage to my GitHub. How can I do that? My curl will completely replace the content of the existing private GitHub repo. You can force push your local. So okay, cool. So we can force push it to the remote repository, which is what I want to do because we have pretty much everything we want, and we have the old project still saved in our full files here, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Type is undefined. Key error type. Okay, so we're gonna do hold on one second. So type is getting blasted here. So we should have a type in the database. There you go. I think it's because we're sending type as a key in our capital here. That's why. Okay, but forcing lower makes it work no matter what. Okay, cool. That made that work. So now you can sort by type as well. Nice. That looks good. Okay, let's go ahead and go here to this guy. Let's cd back one root. Let's go git status, git add, git commit, project merge, front-end project merge. Why is that still yellow? Is that a glitch? It's not linked to a remote repo yet. Git add origin, and then add origin. Okay, so let's go to my GitHub here. For my bitter linen. GitHub here. Okay, we want to do we're gonna do this. Git remote add github.com/microdomain/bitter-linen.git. Right, so now that linked the remote version. Now we're gonna do git remote -v. Right, so we fetch from bitter-linen.git on GitHub and we push. Perfect. Now we're going to push uOrigin over main to force this over. I don't think we have any. We do have a dev branch as well. Dang. Get force push origin main force. Okay. So now main is refactored down. And we can do git pull git check out dev. We'll go git checkout main. How to git merge dev. How do we? I forgot to merge. Source, footer, git status. What's new here? Oh, it's just these are giving me issues. It's not actually right. Errors. It's just giving. It's confusing with the git color. Right. Get this out of here. Get these out of here. Class flex grow can be written. Grow flex just flex column mid screen. Now it's gonna give me a problem with this one. I don't have flex grow. What? Grow. Okay, cool. This is gonna give me max width 360. Why does it? I don't like that. It's annoying. 60. Probably have something similar here. Large width 32 and a half. And this is width 25. Now has all these. Okay, I'm not doing this. This is annoying. Shrink 0. 32 and a half. 25. 25. 27.5. Flex shrink 0. Alright, you're not doing this. Okay. Let's do. Where's my terminal? What the heck? Style. using to merge unrelated histories. What does that mean? It means your main branch dead rush your common ancestor commits. If dev contains the version you want and don't care about the current version of main, get checkout main, reset dev hard. Your main is your current project over old. Now, I want to delete the old dev branch. Get checkout main, get branch dash d dev. Just push origin delete dev. So then if I go to my GitHub, I have one branch, good. Okay. Cool, I think that is straightforward. All right, you guys. Nice. Okay, cool. So we've got that set up appropriately. So now we have a GitHub repo with our appropriate, with just one main branch. We got rid of the old project. We still have the file on our computer, so we still can reference it and stuff. We still have it right here. Still this guy right here. Right, so this one has our scripts in it. Like our Depop script that we wrote. This one was pretty robust. We wrote this live on stream. This was a pretty cool script we wrote. It basically opens up our page and scrapes all the listings, like live right in front of you. Okay, guys, nice. This is super awesome. We were able to wire up our front end to talk to the back end and merge in our old project to our new project and wire it all together. So let's quickly go cd into server. Let's do uvcorn main app -- reload. Then let's go and open up a new thing here. Let's cd into client. Let's do npm run dev. There we go. So we have our bitter linen. We can go home. We don't have any products displaying here because we did change how those are being displayed. So we need to change the actual display mechanisms of the product page because we're just using this simple JSON format right now. But we've got, what we can do is we can go to what we worked on, which is admin, which is this page, /admin, and we can make items, and then I'm just kind of putting features here and we'll kind of organize it and style it. But thanks so much for being here today, you guys. Appreciate it. This was fun. We'll be back tomorrow. We did 2.5 hours of programming today and we got a lot done, that's for sure. In terms of, it might seem kind of like, well, you didn't really add a lot of like these features or whatever. It doesn't really seem like you got a lot done, but all of this like pre-architecture building is like a lot of work that if you do now and put in the hours now, it really helps save you a lot of pain and suffering later. So that's what I've come to learn. So thank you guys so much for being here, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks so much. Bye.